So, thank you. It's 11:02 a.m. and we're happy to be here this morning. I'm going to call this meeting to order. My name is Michael Stewart, Vice Chair of Economic Development for the Carson Chamber of Commerce. What I would like to do is our chairman on the screen yet. If he's not, we'll have to go.
He's not.
Okay, thank you. Basically, we in the chamber are here to, I don't want to go biblical with you, but we use Habakkuk 2:2, which is have your vision, put it on tablets that you can run with. And our whole thing is to showcase Carson. And we have a new friends in town from Brandywine Corporation, and they have a Carson landing project. We want to showcase that. One of our issues is our methodology. We are here to give information, acquiring knowledge and facts. We're here for aspiration. We want to ask, like you guys, what you do. I was reading on you, what you guys do is you go and bring all the amenities wherever you go. You bring amenities to that community. And we want to give inspiration for growth and leadership for our local community, our business community, and also our electeds and our education leaders and our social leaders. So basically, we're here to introduce you to the chairman and president of Brandywine Corporation. We want to know, his name is Alex Hernandez. And Alex Hernandez, what we want to do is introduce you and your project to our business groups, find out what your development groups and goals of in the Carson community. You're interested in continuing to help sustain economic growth in our city. Your plans actually for the 2020 Olympics in the Carson community, which is coming like tomorrow, and how the Carson Chamber of Commerce and our community can assist you in your goals of further improvement of economic vitality in the vibrant city of Carson. And that's what we want to do. And I'd like to introduce to you my group, Alex Hernandez. Thank you, sir. You're on.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart, and members of the chamber that are present and any guests. Prepared a brief presentation for you.
Who's that?
I'm hearing a little feedback.
Yeah.
I think we got it fixed. Go ahead.
Okay. Prepared a little presentation for you. I do have John Gilbert, our lead salesperson from Carson Landing, that will be available after my brief presentation to answer any current sales and marketing questions for you. Stephen Edwards, who's our land acquisitions manager and looks for new opportunities for acquisition and development throughout Southern California. But I'll quickly give you a presentation, and then obviously I'll be open to any questions, and my team will be available for any questions you may have following the presentation.
All right.
So if I could share my screen, if somebody let me share my screen.
You should be able to. You're a co-host.
Okay. Everybody see that?
We'll give it a second here.
Okay.
Still nothing.
We still don't have it. I see people coming in. It's gonna be a full house here.
Otherwise, you could do your presentation as an interpretive dance. That's always fun with when we're talking about development.
All right. Are you on there, Alex?
Okay, we're working
There
on
we
it.
go.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I told you. I'm sorry. I needed a little assistance with that. We got that going now.
It happens to me all the time, man. This new fan stuff. I'm a pencil and paper guy. But anyway.
There you go. Yep. Okay. Thank you for the presentation, and we'll go start the presentation here. A little something about Brandywine. We were founded in 1994. We're still privately held, family-owned company. I joined them about 9 years ago. They were predominantly Orange County, doing smaller communities throughout Orange County. Private public partnerships back in the day when redevelopment agencies were around, doing a lot of those. Infill locations is our key focus. Since joining them about 9 years ago, we've definitely expanded our footprint and our focus. We now have, beyond Orange County, we are in South Bay, as you know. We've done communities in Long Beach, Carson. We've done up and down the corridor. We currently have communities throughout, predominantly LA and Orange County, and a little bit in San Gabriel Valley as well. That remains our focus. The company has diversified a little bit. We are doing not only the for sale product, which is the single family, the townhomes, small lots, mixed use. We do a variety of different of those sectors, but we've also now ventured into the apartments. We have market rate apartments that we're doing in the Inland Empire, in Murrieta and Riverside. We've also done some mini storage. We built a facility down in Escondido. Because we're private, we can be more nimble and more entrepreneurial in our approach to development. We look for opportunities that make sense, and we have usually investors that want to get behind a good project. As far as the public-private partnership, that's kind of what we look at. We build only an infill. What that means is we build in existing communities, existing infrastructure, existing neighborhoods. So we're always building in somebody's backyard, but that is our specialty. It's converting the old shopping center, the old warehouse that didn't belong in that neighborhood, or we're just revitalizing, bringing new housing opportunities to markets throughout Southern California. To date, we have completed over 65 communities throughout Southern California, delivering over 2,000 homes throughout that development period. We're currently working on several thousand new units that are either in the acquisition, entitlements, or early construction stages throughout Southern California. With regards to Carson itself, Carson has always been a city we focus on. It is a great center for jobs, great communities, great universities. It's got all the elements centrally located, the freeways. It has all the elements that a home builder or developer would be interested in. So Carson has always been a focus for us and wanting to remain and do more in Carson. So talking about that, our last, we have two communities that we've done recently. Upton, which was right behind Cal State Dominguez Hills, was completed early this year. We completed the last homes, I want to say in February. And we're currently under construction at Carson Landing, which is relatively close to each other. Both are market rate units. The first community we did, Upton, was 36 three-story townhomes, luxury townhomes. We're right across the street from the university and Dignity Health Sports Center. We selected floor plans. I didn't have a finished photo to share with you, but that is the rendering. Looks fairly close to that when it's all said and done. Invite you to go drive by, take a look at that if you haven't seen it already. And these are some interior shots that were of that, community. Very well received. We actually sold, because of COVID, we actually sold by appointment only, and we were pretty much sold out halfway before we even opened the model. But it was a challenge to go through the COVID period without having full-blown models, without having parking. And because of COVID, it presented numerous challenges, not only from inspections to the trades not showing up, to the utility companies, to the city staff. It was quite a challenge to get that done and delivered. We did, and it was quite a successful project. John, who's our salesperson, who's on staff, could give you a little more flavor as far as who the buyers were, where they came from, but very well received. And I think it looks really good if you drive by there. And a testament to the city and their design, their vision from day one, and obviously all of our team in implementing and delivering that community. Our new community, we call Carson Landing, is a new community. It's gated. It's 175 units, a mixture of 3-story towns and flats. The community is fully gated and it has the amenities you mentioned. We have a pool, dog park, and a variety of different other amenities, walkways, passive walkways in the community. We've opened our models about, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks ago. John will give us a little more update on that. It was quite an opening. I think Mr. Stewart was there. I think we had over 1,000 people show up that day. It was overflowing all day long. Literally at 5 o'clock, we had to close the gates because people kept coming. So it was.
They were pushing them out.
Yeah. So it was quite a reception, very well received. John will give you a little more update on where we are on sales, but we definitely have continued to have a variety of people coming in to walk them, interested in this brand new community in the heart there of Carson, with close proximities to freeways, jobs, etc. I thought I would share with you, although the community is not complete today 100%, kind of share with you the original vision that we came up with when we approached this community, and it kind of will give you an insight as to what it's going to look like when it's 100% complete. So what I'll share with you right now is a video that we prepared that gives you the flavor and the ambiance of what Carson Landing will be when it's fully complete. If I can get there. Oh, still having trouble now.
You got to press Control, Alex.
Got it. Still not giving me an arrow. Oops. There we go.
Steven, you got it?
Here we go.
I can't see it.
You know what it is?
No, you gotta share the other screen.
Sorry. So it's another share. Okay. There we go. All right.
Thank you, Alex. Good.
Yeah, so that kind of gives you an overview here. Can you see this site plan? I'll make sure this is up. Are you seeing a site plan?
No.
We're still seeing the player.
Okay, let me go back to see if I can do that. I gotta click on the video.
To the top here,
Okay.
click on new share. And then go to the site plan. There you go.
Well, okay, go off of there. Okay. All right, so now everybody can see the site plan?
Yes.
Okay, so this is just an overview from the top side of what the community will look at when it's fully complete. You saw the kind of presentation walking you through the community. Just uniqueness about this site, if you didn't know the history, quite a bit of challenges. There were 8 oil wells that were on this property. In addition, there was quite a bit of contamination that was mainly located in the southern portion of the property. We have undertaken all that cleanup endeavor. At this point, all of the property is clean to the state's satisfaction, with the exception of the small area in the southern area in here that we are currently working on with them. Everything else has been cleaned up. Quite a bit of extensive removals of dirt and brought in clean dirt, and now this has fully been certified by the state standards. Oil wells have been kept in place and centered in the streets and tested to make sure they're all up to current standards as well. So quite a bit of challenge, but we are fully underway. Our intent right now is to deliver these upper homes here, which represents 52 homes by the end of the year. And then we'll be working our way down here, looking to be done toward the end of next year, early the following year, with the full community being built out. Some other uniquenesses, the entryway is directly across from the existing community that's there, the K-Hop community. We put in a brand new signal here to help traffic and to control traffic both in and out of the community. Public improvements all the way through here. There'll be new street lights put up along Central. New landscaping, new sidewalks have been put in on both streets. All that will be furnished and put in place before the community is complete. With that being my last slide on the presentation, I wanted to bring in John now, who's our sales and marketing manager for the community, who can give you more details of, unless anybody has any questions on the development itself first before I hand off to sales.
Any questions?
Just a comment for those who aren't aware that it's not that there were just oil wells in this area, but that entire stretch, there was probably over a mile long and probably half a mile north-south that was just covered with oil wells. So it's a large chunk. And then beyond that, it was a little less dense, but it really was a lot. So I know there's been efforts going on for years to deal with that. And so now we have a great site like this.
Great.
Can you
and-
speak a little bit more to what the cleanup was involved? What that means and what it entailed?
There was obviously, because there was 8 oil wells on the property, there was just spillage that had happened over the years that had to be cleaned up. There was some lead in the dirt that had to be removed because it was over the standards for residential. It was fine for commercial or industrial, but it wasn't too residential. So we had to take it to the next level and export quite a bit of dirt and bring in fresh dirt, clean dirt. I think we're around $3 million worth of cleanup so far invested in the community. But again, everything to the north, with the exception of this small area here, is clean, and the residents to move in.
Thank
I
you.
have a question, Mr. Hernandez. Was the cleanup cost included in your original estimate, or was it something that was really surprising to uncover, or at least a part of it?
When we bought the property, there was an approved, what's called a remedial action plan that was approved by the Regional Water Quality Board. And there were estimates that were done as to what was there. So we budgeted based on those estimates.
Oh,
As we got
okay.
into it, though, it became more than those estimates. So it did exceed some of our initial expectations, but so far we've been able to, we took care of it.
Good. Brandywine Homes does have a excellent reputation since 1994. That wherever you went and did a project, it reflected well in Brandywine Homes.
Thank you.
Mr. Hernandez,
Who is that? Clyde?
yes, I have a question, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Sure.
Construction part, are the houses gonna be built on a flat foundation or are they gonna be elevated?
There's a flat foundation. Each of these, if you can look at the, each unit has their own garage on the ground floor, and their entrances are either on the ground floor either on this side of the buildings. There's little walkways that kind of lead you into their units. So everything's at ground. There's an entry and garage on the ground floor, and then they go either their units start there or they go up a couple of flights of stairs. But these are 3-story. All the units are 3-story. So yeah, there's no subterranean parking or structured parking, no.
Any other questions?
I think you can proceed, John.
All righty, now onto the fun stuff, the sales and marketing. So we just grand opened, like Alex said, about 3 weeks ago. In these past weeks, we've sold 27 houses to date. So we're over halfway sold out of what we're going to be delivering this year. So we're really excited about that. And we have 8 different model homes. So there are 8 floor plans in total here. We actually went ahead and modeled every floor plan. So our buyers, our prospects, they've been loving that because you can actually walk through your house before you buy it. You know what your house is going to feel like. In our previous neighborhood, Upton, that we finished selling last year, that neighborhood, we only had 2 model homes. So we had to kind of help buyers visualize what your floor plan was going to live like. But again, with Carson Landing, having all 8 of them modeled has been really helpful for our buyers. With that too, let's see what else. I'd say our buyers are a lot of them millennials, so we're bringing a lot of new life into the neighborhood. We're really excited about that. We have some people that are going to be just getting married, some people that are maybe just starting a family, and then we have other ones too that are empty nesters. They might be downsizing from a single family home just to go with a low maintenance living that comes with townhomes. So overall, it's a big blend. We've had a handful of buyers already in Carson Landing that are from Carson. So what I've kind of found with selling this neighborhood and selling Upton in the past is that once people move to Carson, they stay here. So overall, that's been great for us to share with our buyers through the door. But other than that, we've had a lot from the South Bay, Long Beach, Torrance area, and a lot of downtown LA too, just to get something a little bit more affordable here, but also like Alex mentioned earlier too, great commuter access. We're close to the beaches, close to Orange County, close to LA. So it's just an overall great place to live. So we're super excited. We're getting still about 30 to 40 people through our doors every week. So that's been great to kind of engage with the locals, share with them, hey, if you have any friends or family that you want to move near you, then we definitely have some opportunities for you.
Yeah, on the tour, I did look at a number of sites. You only had one, most of them are side by side, 2 parking structures, but you also have one model which had the tandem parking.
Correct,
but also,
yes.
The issue of concern that I heard my daughter even ask that question when she went over there was to find out about guest parking. How are you going to deal with the number of guests that are coming in? You got 2-car people for the family, then you got guest parking. How do you handle that?
Yeah, so alongside the east end of the neighborhood, along Innovation, kind of beneath the dog park tot lot, yeah, right where Alex's mouse is right now. That'll be our guest parking for the neighborhood. So we'll have about 60 guest parking spots right there. And then also down by the pool spa clubhouse area. Oh, sorry, Alex. Down by the pool spa clubhouse area, we'll have a handful. And then like Alex was earlier too, by the entry gate, we'll have about 5 as well. So guest parking for this neighborhood, our ratios are right on, so we should be okay. For us, we always establish our HOAs that guest parking's first come, first serve. So it's, all of our home buyers will be parking their first 2 cars in their garage. And then if they have family over, by all means, use the guest parking. But again, with that big stretch along Innovation, having about those 60 guest parking spots, that should definitely help out for people. We want them to be able to entertain too and have people over and use the amenities as well.
Okay. And that's all the total
Okay.
community, is that correct?
That's correct. Uh-huh.
I have a quick question. We love pets and dogs in Carson. I was just wondering if the developments are animal or, pet friendly, and maybe even to a point like maybe we could develop some kind of a dog park in the city of Carson.
Yeah, so our neighborhood is private. We do have a dog park actually included in it already at the top right corner of your screen. So that is included for all of our homeowners here. And yeah, we are pet friendly as well. So per our HOA, our buyers can each have 2 pets per household. Not a problem. And we love dogs as well too. I'm right there with you. I have 2 myself. So the fact that we have a dog park is going to be pretty cool for our homeowners.
Any other questions? You have the procedure, how people can hold a facility. Is that Clyde wants the question?
Yeah, I did, Michael.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question for John.
Mhm.
John, can you give me an idea what the price range is gonna be?
Yeah.
Also, any idea what the HOA fees are gonna be?
Absolutely.
And whether or not you guys are cooperating with outside brokers?
Yes, so we are definitely cooperating with outside brokers. All we ask is that you come with your client on their first visit to our neighborhood to fill out our registration form. So that's a 2% commission to any real estate agent out there too. So we're definitely happy to work with brokers. It's going to be the easiest transaction for you guys too, because all you do is sign the paperwork and we take care of the rest. And then with respect to our pricing, our 2 bedrooms are going to start off in the high 600s, right around 675. And then our 3 bedrooms are going to be mid to high 700s, about 765. And we have 1 4-bedroom floor plan that is from the low 800s. So that one's about 815.
What's the square footage on that one?
That one is 1,800 square feet.
And your 2 bedrooms?
2 bedrooms for us, those are about 1,400 square feet.
And the 3s?
3s, they range from 15 to 1,900 square feet. We have about 5 different floor plans that are 3 bedrooms.
Thank you.
John, do you have a shot of the handouts you gave, which has showed all that information, basically per group?
Yeah, I know it's on Alex's screen right now. I have a little price sheet here and stuff I could send over to people too. So
Okay, it's in my head because I went over to saw the one for 811. I really like that, but
yeah,
you're gonna get a lot of exercise on your legs, though. I tell you that.
you do. We tell everybody when they come through the door, hey, it's a workout, but we're gonna get the blood flowing. We're gonna help you buy a house. And to Clyde, to answer your last question,
Yes.
our HOA is $312 per month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So just from the broader community standpoint, and trends, where do you, I know this is totally pie in the sky, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Where do you see the market going for this kind of product in the next year or so?
In the sense of like our sales pace, is that kind of what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for us, the big thing when we look at other developers in the area, the one thing that we have that most don't is we have a lot of amenities here. Also, the location in Carson is just beautiful too. It's a really nice, safe neighborhood too, which a lot of our when people are going around, when they're looking at new houses, you're going to go look at multiple places typically before you pull the trigger. And so that's kind of the feedback we've been getting from our prospects recently too, is that when they go look at other neighborhoods, maybe in Gardena, in Compton and stuff too, when they drive to here in Carson Landing, it's a different feeling. But also too, the fact that we have all the amenities and we have a lot of different options too. You know, people like having options. You know, one floor plan might not work out for a certain family, so we have another one too. Whereas our competition out there too, they're definitely fewer in their floor plans they offer. So I think it's kind of the best of all worlds. I think for us, we are at a pretty healthy sales rate right now. Obviously, we're still going off of our grand opening, which was just absolutely mind-blowing. We did not anticipate 1,000 people, but it was surely fun to have everybody out. But I think for us too, we'll continue to sell. I'm confident in it, and you know, next year we'll kind of see once we cross that bridge. But overall, it's been good so far. So we're keeping the good vibes and going to keep showing houses and helping buyers achieve their dream of home ownership.
Yeah, we do have a number of our members who are in the real estate community.
Oh, awesome.
So, you know, they've been busy.
Yeah,
it's definitely been the case. So, and you know, you hear some market slowdowns in some areas, but it doesn't seem to be a case here. My son and his wife just bought a house in Lakewood, and my wife and I were pretty horrified at how much they paid for a house that's pretty small, that needed a lot of work. It's just how it is.
Yeah. Well, and even too, that's the beauty of buying with Brandywine too for us. So we've never been a supporter of bidding wars. So for us, it's purely first come, first serve. We have a simple 3-step process where we ask buyers to get pre-qualified with our lender, and then we do a deposit check and we sign the contract. So for us, that's kind of been another thing, especially with the millennial home buyer too. A lot of millennials, you know, they do a lot of research on their own. And so for them, it kind of helps them feel empowered too, that they're in control of the transaction too, and they know what to expect, as opposed to, I'm sure, like your son's, you know, situation too, where when you're buying a resale house, you don't know what's going to come up in the inspection. You know, there's a lot of just beauty too, and buying new with the warranties that we provide as well, and just knowing that, hey, for the next couple of years, you're going to have minimal maintenance on your house too, because everything's brand new. So that's been another attraction for our home buyers for sure.
And in stating
Yes,
that
my wife and I were
outside
joking.
brokers, when you welcome outside brokers, let's go over that again, because I was involved in the city of Inglewood years ago, and there was a big issue with there were no local broker participation. So I'm glad to see that you're going to be open to local broker participation. We have a lot of members who are in the real estate business, and they would be happy to work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. We love that. It's a fun transaction. Again, for us, all we ask is that you just come with your client on their first visit, just to fill out that broker registration form, and then from there you're protected too. So it's a win-win. And yeah, we definitely love partnering with our agents, because we know that you guys have a lot of clients out there too. When we're stuck in the office too, you guys are out there networking as well too. So we love to partner with local agents, certainly.
Mr. Chair, I have a question I'd like to ask John, if I may.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Okay, Ray Aldridge. I'm the chairperson of the City of Carson Economic Development Commission. And I did want to ask if you could review again the progression of construction, because I see right now, I think Alex had said that the first phase in those upper homes will be probably done by the end of the year. Okay. But then how is how far is it before we get down to where the pool and the clubhouse and all of that is done? I know he said that bottom half down on Victoria Street is going to be the last, because they still have some more cleanup to do down there. But how long will it be before we get down to the pool and the clubhouse area to be available to the residents?
Yeah, so pool clubhouse area, we're tracking to have that ready end of next year for sure. Our goal is obviously if we can get that summertime next year, but definitely end of next year at the very latest. For us, we just don't want to build that right now before we build the houses around it.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to have it damaged and stuff. So That's why we're going to hold off on that. The dog park, the tot lot, that's at the top right corner of the screen, that will still be built this year because that's going to be located by those houses that are being finished. So lots 20 through 71. I know it might be hard to see on your screen too. That's kind of the top half that Alex was referring to. That is what we're focusing on right now. That's what we're actively selling. With respect to like selling those future houses, we don't have a precise date for us. We go based off of our sales pace. So we want to make sure that we sell out, about 90% of what it's under construction before we start releasing the next houses for sale. So yeah, again, our goal is to have everybody moved in by the end of next year, maybe beginning into 2024, but end of next year is what we're shooting for, certainly.
Okay. And then next question is that structure that's there. I don't know exactly. I've been a resident for over 40 years here, and I'm not sure what that is on the property also. Is that some kind of a cell phone station or something, or what? Okay.
You got it. Yep, it's Verizon Wireless 5G. It's their cell tower. So
okay. And that will stay?
That will stay. Yep.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Aldridge, I'm not sure if you're referring to the old huge tower that was there. That's gone. We actually had.
No, I know the big tower, but there's still a structure there that's on the property.
Yes. Well, there's a fake tree, which is now the new cell tower. It's a fake tree, but this facility right here, it's actually the gas company. They own that facility and operate this facility here.
Okay. Yeah, because I've been here, like I said, over 40 years, and it's always kind of been a mystery. You pass by there and you think, okay, what is that? And you see the big tower and you figure, okay, it must be some kind of a cell tower or something. But then someone said it was something owned by the gas company, and I wasn't sure what it was and if it was going to stay or if it was going to be eventually phased out, and then more homes would be built in that area or what. Okay.
Right now, the gas company intends they've been making quite a bit of investments. I see them holding on to that for a while.
Okay.
And regarding the construction question, just you can visualize, if you come to our models, you'll see all this area here under construction. What you probably won't see is this area behind. We've already poured the slabs for these buildings. We will be pouring the slabs for these buildings, this island here soon. So this will be the next phase we'll be moving into. But as John mentioned, this will be progressing with the intent to be out of there in the next year with the entire community being built out.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
One more question, John and Alex. So that the intent is by the end of next year, 2023, that the entire project is complete?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Mr. Chang,
Yes, sir.
did you hit to speak? I saw that it lit up for you.
I wanted to thank both Alex and John for their presentation. Since 1994, Brandywine Homes has been an important developer of housing in Los Angeles, and from all reports, they have always done well, and they do benefit a lot to the community that they have projects in, and from what I understand, they care a lot for the investors in their development. So, it's good to have them here in the city of Carson, and hope that they might find another piece of property that would be great for further housing development here in Carson. So I want to thank them again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's our chairman of our board, Richard Chang, that was speaking for the chamber. Also, I would like to say that please stay. We want you to hear a little bit more of what we're trying to do. We want to work with you, promote your investment in our beautiful city. I'm glad that you're going to be working with our local brokers. So, because I was in that issue in another city, and some of you know about Renaissance Development in the city of Inglewood, and that was a big issue that I was involved with that too. But one of the things that I am very happy to see is that you can put in you can hit e-blast to and talk to us about sending out e-blasts of information as you go through your system. So you can continuously talk to us through our e-blast, which goes to up to 2,500 businesses in the community. And then that taps out to the rest of the community. So that's a way that you can continuously talk to us. And we look forward to working with you on future projects. And we like to advocate for sustaining economic development in our community. That's we're welcoming you, Alex Hernandez and John Gilbert and all your staff to come in and work with our community. Now, go ahead, sir.
One thing I didn't get a chance to add or elaborate in addition to wanting to cooperate with the city, their visions, we always join the local chambers and all of our communities we work in. Because when we come in, we become part of the fabric of the community, and we do that in every community we build in. In this particular project, we also became a sponsor of Galaxy, and we were in Galaxy. We actually had was Cosmos, I guess, out there at our site, and we had some of their team out there for the opening. So we truly do look to partner with the city. The other community we bought actually down the street, Upton, didn't know if you knew that was actually a city-owned piece of property.
Yes,
and we bought that from so we bought that from the city. And as you mentioned, we bring in not only the construction dollars, but fees, et cetera, to all the communities we go into. And we look forward to that continued partnership. Yes, we are looking for new opportunities. Stephen, my other team member who's on board, I guess any of your members or anybody else you know that may be looking to sell their community, their properties, we are actively looking for new developments. We obviously want to continue to develop in Carson. We like the market, we like the fabric of the community, and we continue to look for new opportunities. As far as assistance, I mean, I really can't, the city of Carson has been planning and building, have been very cooperative, very supportive of helping us. There's a little bit of fragmentation that happens on the development side because the city of Carson does not have their own staff, I guess, or they partially use some of their staff. They use a lot of county staff. So in comparison to some of your other cities, it makes the processing of new development longer, more cumbersome, a little disjointed because you do have two entities reviewing the same project and two entities that sometimes pointing fingers at each other, you know, and who has jurisdiction. And we become the ping pong ball in the middle of that process. So if there was anything, I think the focus would be, would be to advocate, maybe have the city kind of look at their processes, how they can be more efficient to help support development, because people look at that and they say that's a hurdle. There's certain communities we as a company have just said we won't go into because we know the processes are so bad. I won't name those communities, but Carson is not there. But it's not. There's other cities around that seem to focus on streamlining and being very business friendly, builder friendly. And I think Carson can make some strides to get there.
I'm glad you mentioned that because being on the Economic Development Commission, I find that the city of Carson, I guess a lot of their focus is on industrial, on bringing businesses in. And I brought that up at our last meeting that, we've had two major development residential in the last couple of years or so. And it seems like they're not as interested in bringing in, we have the Evolve that has 300 apartments. there on Del Amo and Main Street, 300 apartments, that's 300 families moving in. You have a development here with 175 units coming in. And they don't seem to be as involved in helping the residential side as much as the industrial side. And unfortunately for us, the Carson community, the industrial side usually consists of a big 250,000 square foot warehouse that employs, 10 people or 12 people, because it's basically just a big warehouse that's going to be fulfilled, not even a fulfillment, more or less just a what is the new term for warehousing, but that it's just going to be that kind of a business. And so I definitely feel your pain as far as that, because the industrial side, when they roar and say, hey, we need to do something because we want to build this 300,000 square foot building, and we want to do this and do that. And of course they come in, oh, it's going to be jobs and employment and stuff. What they don't tell you is, okay, yeah, it's going to be a 350,000 square foot building, but we'll have 20 people working in there because it's just a logistics center, so it's not going to be 350,000 square feet of people working or industrial things being built or anything like that. So yeah, I can definitely understand that, and we will try to address some of the more residential type things that are actually bringing families into our community, and that would definitely spear the economy of the community. So yeah, thank you for mentioning. I'm glad you didn't just keep that quiet and grin and bear it. You put it out there, so now it's out there. So we can then take that to the city also. Then thank you.
Well, Ray, as the city's former business development manager, and hearing from our industrial community all the time, I can tell you they feel ignored too.
Right. Yes, the squeaky wheel's getting the grease. That's what I said. That's why I said to
point.
Alex, it was good that he mentioned that versus just saying, hey, well, thank you for having me here and everything is great and wonderful and we don't have a problem in the world. It's good that he mentioned it so we can now know that, okay, there is some disconnect on the residential side too, not just the, because all we hear from is the industrial side usually.
Yeah, it's the big projects in general. I mean, Carson's a big, complicated city, and the planning staff. You used to have like 7 people there, and now you have 4 people, including the director. And in business development, we used to have 5 people, and now there's just Latoya. Which, good morning, Latoya. Nice to have you with us. Which one person cannot do the work of 5. It's just not possible. So they're trying to refill these spots, or at least on the planning side, but that's a long road, and meanwhile a lot of things are going undone. So it's something we're very sensitive to here at the chamber, and we work with the city regularly just to make sure that people are heard, because we have businesses who don't know how to get through the process, and so they just don't. And that's a shame. There are businesses that want to expand in town, or good businesses that want to be here, or even residents who want to make improvements to their home, and they reach the first roadblock and they say, I don't know how to do that. So they just don't, and that's a shame.
Well, I'll come in on that again. We advocate for business. We like to work with you as you do future things in our community. We welcome you as a member of our chamber. We'll be getting in contact with you. We can also arrange and work with you about meeting process and that type of thing. My profession is an entitlement zoning and planning development manager. So I do that for years. But we also work very closely with the electeds and also with the city and also with staff. We're very happy with our new city manager, and we find that we work very closely with our Economic Development Commission their chair, which is Ray Aldridge, that we listen to uh, wholeheartedly. One of the things I like to go to, we have Barry Waite, who is our president. You just talked to Barry. He has some updates and specifics that we want to talk about. There's some leadership Carson thing. There's some other things that we do. But my items before he goes in is that I am looking at analysis of the development process, how to streamline, how to develop it, how to make it more business friendly. Okay, and that's our approach. We welcome all of your information on that piece so that we can learn from you, both from the Upton development and also for the Carson Landing. There is tremendous upside in this city, and we just have to work together to sustain economic growth in our community.
Well, we make ourselves available to you, Mr. Stewart, in your committees. If you ever want us to participate in any of your forums or provide that input to you, feel free to call upon us at any time.
We like that. We like that. And Barry will be getting in contact. Well, you guys are gonna get together, okay? Barry, why don't you go into issues of ordinances and development initiatives that we're looking at?
Okay, so the big one is that the city has been considering an effort to more regulate the logistics industry, but they did it by redefining the logistics building to be anything with storage space over 5,000 square feet, which is the size of a standard residential lot. So by that classification, IKEA is now a warehouse. And although you feel like that sometimes when you're in there, IKEA is a warehouse, and heck, the back area of Target probably makes them a warehouse. Any manufacturer in town is now a warehouse. So that's been an issue, but they wanted to do a CUP requirement for everyone. And that, we did not think that was workable, particularly since they don't have enough resources to work on what they're supposed to be doing now, as we were just discussing. So the city has decided instead to just add some different development requirements for different types of businesses, which is actually a more practical way to do it than going through the CUP process and requiring the whole environmental review, which if you've ever worked on that, it's more paperwork than review, but it's very time consuming. So we support that. One thing that's in there is they're looking at a 1,000-foot buffer from residential, which is pretty extreme. The city's just not that big. In the past, the city has, I believe, used a number of 500 feet. I'd have to look back at my old copy of the zoning ordinance, but anyway. But it's a work in progress, and we appreciate the fact that city staff is working with us. So that's the biggest thing out there. Wanted to mention a couple things on the calendar. So on the 9th, look at my calendar here, my actual paper calendar. No, I think it's the 15th. That's right.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a joint program with the San Pedro Chamber of Commerce with our school board member, Tanya Ortiz Franklin, doing a state of the school district. So watch for that. And also we have at Cal State Dominguez Hills, this one I've got the paperwork on, they're doing their 8th annual South Bay Economic Forecast on October 13th in the afternoon. Last year's program, I think, was one of the best economic forecasts I've ever been to, and I've been to plenty of these, but I just thought they did an excellent job, and it was not the standard sort of thing. This is a very interesting and exciting economy that we live in. So it's really nice to see, that we have somebody thinking beyond the usual limits on that. So that's a great program. And then on the 27th of September, we will have Mr. Wattar, the president and general manager of Carson Kia, and also of the larger company, Fab Motors. And so he is going to be our speaker. He's a fascinating guy. His own personal story is really interesting, but what he's done is wild. Just how fast they have grown, and they're now one of the biggest. I think for a while they've been the largest Kia dealership on the West Coast, but they're now one of the largest Kia dealerships in the U.S. So that's pretty exciting. So we're looking forward to hearing just what he's got to say. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is Leadership Carson is going to be starting soon, which is the Carson Chamber's own leadership academy for people in the community. So we have business people, we have community members who go through this program and learn about different facets of the community and learn a lot from each other. And our own Christine, who is here on the call, she's the manager for the project. And so like Hannah, I think you would really enjoy this one in particular. Alex, I think somebody from your team would definitely benefit from this, and also people would benefit from the opportunity to learn from your group. So it works both ways, and it's very powerful. So Shannon, I think it's been a while since we had anybody from Air Products involved, and that would be good too. So and Latoya, you may let me know if you have somebody from the city. There's some newer managers who might be good. So I'm thinking of a couple of people. So anyway, it's a great program, and it's going to be starting soon. And you can see Christine put her information in the chat if you want to drop her a line, or you want to reach out to us here at the Chamber office. But things are busy, and things are busy in the best of ways. Oh, and we're also working on a couple of mixers. So yeah, we're going to be keeping you busy. So Lena and I are going to meet about that this afternoon. So Lena, you want to wave to the crowd? Lena is our events chair for the Chamber. And so we got great things going on. It's a fun place to be. And Mr. Chairman, that is, I think, all I've got, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, great. Any questions or oral comments from any of those attending this meeting? Is that a phone or what have you? Any oral comments?
Lena, did you want to say something? Lena, your connection is acting out. Blink twice if you're being held captive.
I see Richard Chang's hand is up also.
Okay, Richard, did you want to say something?
No, I want to thank you and the chairman for holding this meeting. And we do have a lot, as you had mentioned, that's upcoming for us. So we'll be prepared. Thank you very much.
All
And
right.
thanks to Alex and John also, Mr. Gilbert.
So this will be posted to YouTube. We'll put it on our channel later today. So I'm going to stop recording now.